Well, hi and welcome to my beautiful office. Today I'm attempting to go wireless with the Rode video mic NTG attached to my Sennheiser AVX lavalier kit. I've already tested it that it actually works with it, so I just plugged it in. I plugged it into the side and tapped it on the end and it worked. That was last night, so now that it's daytime, we're out in the bush, we're going to try it out. See whether it actually is compatible, even though it was, there's definite sound going through. It's picking up some audio. Yeah, if there's going to be some sort of interference between the two, like with a bit of static noise, well, that's just the end of it, isn't it? So we'll do some testing with that. But the main reason I want to know whether I can go wireless is to get away from having a long cord for attaching the microphone to that Canon R5C. Because I film wildlife and I photograph wildlife, but for the filming purposes, when I make my nesting box number 2, I set up a stage so that my subject comes onto it, and I like to get all those intricate sounds of it. Have the microphone up really close, just out of sight of the camera, so we're not seeing it, but being able to pick up the little noises that it makes as it rustles across leaves or whatever it's going to do. And to get away from having a cable might be a really good idea. That means I can move that microphone around as it shifts, or if I want to have it in a different position, we're keeping that mobility going. Right, so the thing we're going to use first off to be able to attach all this to is a stick with a V in it. That's me in a nutshell. Keeping things simple, not having to worry about bringing heaps of gear out from home in my backpack, making it awkward and heavy. Grab a stick with a V in it, we're going to shove it in here. I'm going to put a worm, I've got to dig around this bench here and find some worms to attract in the yellow robin. They were here just a little while ago, so fingers crossed that all works out. And I'll just see how all that goes. But yeah, hopefully, again, fingers crossed, there is no incompatibility issues here with noises or anything like that. Anyway, waffling enough. Let's get on with some experimenting. Well, that worked out really well. Doesn't seem to be any incompatibility issues there. It was fairly clear. It's very windy above me. That has dropped off now, so hopefully, we're not getting that sound of wind in the background there. It'll be all nice and clear for my next experiment. I have, hang on a sec, this boom that came with the Rode Mini microphone. I'm going to set this up, put it on without the shock absorbers on, and I've bought a jar of worms with me to attract the yellow robin back again, so hopefully it'll keep coming. So we'll put it on there and we'll see if we're going to have any issues with it, whether this would be more ideal to be able to get better angles than having the stick. If I'm going to be set up for long periods of time, I just want to see whether this is going to be a good option, because those shock absorbers are supposed to take any knock on there, because sometimes I get birds land on them when I'm filming crucial moments. I've done this before with other microphones, and you can hear noise knocking noises. With the shot on it you don't, but with a solid head, it's in the bag, I forgot to bring it out, with a solid head that you have for a studio microphone, yeah, it's prone to having that because there's no shockers. So we'll give that a go now, just test it all out. Fingers crossed again that that works out. Once we've done with this, tested that out, we're going into the studio and see whether there's any differences with sound or anything. You know, just keep experimenting, and that'll probably be the end of it. So let's get on with the next experiment. Well, welcome to my studio. This is going to be really good for having a controlled environment to see what it sounds like without any other influences around. But I'm also going to be looking at the volume controls, with having the Rode microphone be the main source where I turn the volume up or down, or whether I swap that over and go to the Sennheiser lavalier kit. So you can just see the microphone just there and the shadow on the wall from it, from the light. So it's nice distance from my face. Now I know from experience that the Rode video mic doesn't have a very good preamp. So when you're out in the forest and when there's no wind, so it's dead quiet, just the odd bird chirping, you can hear this phantom wind noise. So it's just going shh, background noise. So I hate it. And if I could get rid of that, that'd be awesome. And what I found out in the forest is having the volume control from the Sennheiser lavalier kit eliminates the background noise, that hissing sort of noise, the bad preamp from the Rode microphone. Now it's silent unless a bird chirps. It's amazing. This experiment of seeing whether the Rode video mic would work with the lavalier kit has far surpassed what I was expecting. This is amazing. So, oh wow, this is going to be a setup I'll be using as much as possible. There's the odd occasion when you can't really do that. When you're highly mobile on a tripod or something like that, I have to have the mic on top of the camera. So I'll be getting that bad preamp noise, unfortunately. But yes, turning the volume down on this and getting a balance, but having the volume up higher on the Sennheiser lavalier kit works beautifully. We're really cutting all that background noise down. Anyway, there you go. I think it's time for me to take this video into my house, put it on the computer, see what it all sounds like, and then give you my final opinion on this setup. But we'll do that out in the forest. Well, here I am back in the forest with an amazing story at the end. Definitely did not see that coming, that we'd get such clean audio, something I've been after for a long time. That is the highlight for me. It came out of the blue, wasn't expecting it. I just went to come out into the forest to see whether the combination of the two would work as a wireless kit, and it's gone well beyond that, that is for sure. Just fantastic. Now before I leave you, I have something to show you. Just let me attach my new toy. Okay, I've connected the phone. Are you ready? So you're about to go left, right, up and down. So here we go. Up. Amazing, isn't it? At the control of my fingers, and I can just re-center that back up again. Amazing. What do you think it is? Well, it is the DJI gimbal, the Mini 3. I've finally got one. Let me tell you something. Don't believe everything you see on YouTube about this amazing little gimbal. Everyone's saying, oh, it's fantastic, it's all easy to set up, you just and off you go. It is much more than that. There's a hell of a lot of learning new techniques on being smooth, balancing it up. It's not as simple as you think, especially with the Canon R5C. That has made it a toughie, but we'll leave that all for another day. I think it's going to take me at least a month to really nail it all down and get good at it. So that will be for another day. Now I am not far off, another, how many weeks is it? 2 weeks, I think, from going back to Winton Wetlands. Fingers crossed the weather isn't going to be terrible and stopping me from going, as I have my hopes set on that date. It's the only time I can go for quite a long time. So yeah, back to the wetlands to study the yellow-footed antechinus and play with my new toys. That's all I've got for you for today. Hope you enjoyed this video. And if you'd like to subscribe to my channel and get more of this amazing stuff, click on my pretty little face just down there in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. Hit the little bell. You'll get notification whenever I do anything else. And if you want to go and have a look at all the other mad and crazy things I've been doing in the past, click on my icon right here at the end of this video. Take it to my channel. I talk about photographing and filming in a forest and open forest environments, talk about birds in flight, all sorts of things to do with photography. And when I go on adventures, I always take you with me. And when I buy cameras and camera equipment, I do reviews on them and give you my honest opinion on them. So go and have a browse, there'll be something here of interest to you, I am sure. And just remember, if you don't do, you don't get. So get out there and start photographing and filming wildlife, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.